Hello everyone, Thurman here from Measured. I've made it my quest to discover the best ingredients and drinks in the spirits industry. So of course, we teamed up with Grada's very own Clara Santiago, their head of coffee, to take us on the journey and teach you how we go from farm to bottle to cocktail. So in the last episode, we were introduced to the coffee cherry. And I've actually been able to go to a coffee farm in El Salvador, and I got to taste these beautiful pieces of fruit.
Yeah,
And
much like the goat.
Much like the goat, yes. And I was dancing around and everyone thought I was crazy. And I asked the farmers about, like, how can I get these cherries? And apparently it's impossible to get them fresh. But I understand you brought us a little gift to try.
Yes, so we couldn't get any fresh cherries today, but we do have the dried husk of the cherry, which is the outside of the cherry. So let's lay them out here. So this is what comes off when in the process of it. This is the skin of the cherry. It's called cascara, and we can make a lovely tea from it.
And is there caffeine?
Yes, there's a very small caffeine content in the husk of the cherry.
And I know that we're about to try it,
Yeah.
but what's the flavor?
It's very aromatic, very similar to like a blossom tea, I would say, yeah.
And you mentioned that this was the skin of the cherry. So for coffee, what part of the cherry is it that we're actually consuming?
Well, funny enough, we are consuming what we call the bean, but it's actually the seed of the coffee that we're consuming. So once the cherries, depulped and processed, etc., we end up with the seed, and that is what we're consuming.
The bean.
The bean. The bean that we know and love is actually a seed.
Amazing. And is that where I suppose the majority of caffeine lies?
Yeah, so the seed holds a majority of the caffeine.
And are there different types of cherries?
Yeah, so there are different types of cherries. We have red and yellow cherries, each having their own differences. Yellow is usually associated with being a bit more sweeter and maybe a little bit like more of that chocolatey vibe that we get. Red, acidity, fruity.
And within the red and yellow, are there different varieties as well?
Yeah, so we have two main varieties, like the head of coffee, which is Arabica and Robusta. Arabica has over 100 different species that live within the Arabica family. So we have Catuai, Geisha, Arara, Bourbon. Those belong to the Arabica family. But Robusta, standalone variety. No other species live within Robusta.
And the main difference between?
Well, you've got a lot more acidity, vibrancy, complexity in Arabica. It usually grows in higher altitudes. There's usually a little bit more care tended to some species of Arabica. Robusta grows in low altitude and is very earthy and very like toasty. And we usually don't get a pleasant cup when we just drink Robusta. Actually, if you have a cup of Robusta on its own, it can actually make your stomach really upset. It's really strong, it's really intense, high in caffeine, and you don't need high altitude to grow it. Therefore, it's low quality.
Do the varieties grow all over the world, or do certain varieties tend to stick to certain locations?
All of these coffee varieties grow in what we call the coffee belt, but Robusta is known to grow in India, Indonesia, and the biggest Robusta growing country is Vietnam. Yeah.
Should we take a quick
Sure,
little...
let's have a little tea.
Whoa, that's like, it's so cherry,
Yeah,
berry, like so fruity.
yeah, it's really
And like
fruity.
naturally sweet.
Yeah,
Damn, I might be a cascara.
we've changed to cascara
Yep,
now.
done. Coffee, you're out. So this is the skin, we get the seed. What about the meat of the cherry?
No, the mucilage is washed out. Yeah, in the processing. Yeah.
What type of cherries does Grada use?
So we use a yellow topaz and a mundo novo. So the yellow topaz is naturally processed, and the Mundo Novo is what we call a pulp natural process.
And why do you choose those two cherries?
Because a natural one gives it that body that we're looking for and that roundness, and the pulp natural gives it the sweetness. So it's a perfect marriage.
Well,
cheers.
Can't wait
to your newfound love of cascara.
Newfound love of cascara, and I can't wait to hear about the seeds.